we're going to bring in, we'll give you like one, like you know those big bazaar offers, right? So this is called a panel discussion. So where we're bringing different people, right? We're bringing like 5 different people from 5 different backgrounds, right? And we're facilitating a conversation, and you guys also feel free to join in between, and I'll be helping moderate this, right? And so now I think we'd like to invite all our panelists to please come up on stage. So a big round of applause to our 5 panelists. Thank you all our panelists for coming up. Just gonna go through like every one of them. Mr. Paul Gurung, Mr. Kairong Denduplama, Mr. Dipankar Tuladar, Ms. Regina Gurung, and Dr. Prerna Sharma. Okay, so big round of applause again. So we'd like to start, I think, by just going one by one and just letting you guys introduce yourselves. Just a short, brief summary of who you are and your professional background, just so everyone knows who you are. So, Paula, would you like to start?
Hello, good afternoon everyone. Namaste. My name is Paul Gurung. So my profession is, I'm into business, and I'm also a motor traveler, motorcycle adventure traveler. I've been like traveling with my motorcycle. It's been like 4 to 5 years, but I've been like riding for 10 years. Doing adventure beyond boundaries is my passion, is my choice. I love exploring new places because like it gives me an opportunity to meet new people. Traveling with motorcycle has been one of the greatest adventure in my life. To travel this, I've been like traveling almost like 20 states in India with my motorcycle, and 3 international countries, which includes Nepal, Bhutan, and the Indo-Myanmar border. One of my favorite states in India is I've traveled so far is Jammu Kashmir. I was there for like 8-9 days, and it's really the crown of India. I have a dream of traveling with my motorcycle throughout the whole world. And my future upcoming travel, which for that I'm working very hard, it's towards the Greater Asian Odyssey, what we call towards Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos, and down towards Singapore and Malaysia. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Kairong Denduplama, and I'm from Lebong here. Well, I did my schooling here from Vidya Vikash Academy. Like you all, like I was confused during my school days. So, actually, most of my family members are from civil service background. So it was like I had no other choice, right? Like I had to go to college, so that I had to graduate, get a degree, get into coaching, and just sit for the pieces, whatever that was. So what I did was, when I was a kid, I was bullied a bit when I was like in class 7. I was very passive aggressive and had lots of self-confidence issues. And this time, I thought, why not try martial arts to defend myself, right? And I got into karate. That's how I started building up confidence, learning how to fight with people, in tournaments, not outside the tournament. You've got to stay civilized, right? So after that, I had to go to Delhi to pursue my graduation, and I got into mixed martial arts. That's when I realized like traditional martial art was not that effective in real combat scenarios. So I had to learn everything related to mixed martial arts like boxing, jiu-jitsu, wrestling, and this the undakiri fight game. This is such a new topic. I don't know where to start from actually. It's mostly related to fighting. So fight undakiri. See, the basic purpose of martial art is to defeat the stronger guy with technique and leverage, right? So, this time I was like, I'm so sorry, like, I'm forgetting words. So that's it. Like, I'm a mixed martial artist. I'm so sorry. Like, if I forget things. I get hit so much in my head. Okay. That's me.
So, good afternoon. मेरो इन्ट्रोडक्सन गर्नु हो भने मेरो नाम दिपङ्कर तुलाधर। कतिजना यहाँ तपाईँहरूले मलाई चिन्नुहुन्छ होला, माथि उजुमाकिजमा देखिराख्नु भएको होला क्याफेहरूमा है। तर टुडे नट एज को ओनर अफ उजुमाकिज, आइ एम हियर एज अ सिभिल इन्जिनियर। तपाईँको हामी यहाँ कतिजना हुनुहुन्छ जो इन्जिनियरिङ लिनु चाहनुहुन्छ? कोही स्टेजमा, यहाँ कोही अडियन्सहरूमा कोही हुनुहुन्छ जो सिभिल इन्जिनियरिङ कोही केही लिनुहुन्छ?
Not a single engineer.
Engineering previously So anyways, मैले स्कुलिङ चाहिँ माथि सेन्ट पल्समा गरेको थिएँ। त्यहाँ तपाईँले चिन्नुहुन्छ होला, त्यो मेहुनाको त्यो अलिकति आइसोलेटेड स्कुल छ है। त्यहाँदेखि चाहिँ अर्को कुरा चाहिँ के, मैले चाहिँ त्यसपछि स्कुलिङ गरिसकेपछि आई डिड माई ग्रेजुएसन फ्रम सिक्किम मणिपाल इन्स्टिट्युट अफ टेक्नोलोजी, वेयर आई ग्रेजुएटेड एज अ ब्याचलर्स इन टेक्नोलोजी सिभिल इन्जिनियरिङमा। Thereafter, मैले चाहिँ तपाईको के भन्छ, I become a corporate member in the Indian Institute of Engineers, and in 2018 early January मा चाहिँ I got the title of chartered engineer also. So after all this, अहिले चाहिँ तपाईहरुको अगाडि as a भनौं एउटा प्राइभेट एउटा इन्जिनियरिङ फर्म खोलेर म तपाईहरुलाई आज एड्रेस गर्न आएको छु। थ्यांक यू।
I want a big hi from you guys to encourage me to speak. Thank you. So my name is Gina Gurung, and I'm a journalist and an author, an editor-in-chief, and a digital nomad. So as an author, I recently published a poetry collection called Heavenly Bodies and Human Things, which made it to Amazon's top 100 bestseller. And as a journalist, I've worked in both hard news as well as features, entertainment, and fashion. In hard news, I was in the New Indian Express as a reporter, and I reported on like crime, and I reported civic issues and farmer suicide, and that was strictly a print journalism. And then I moved towards digital media, where I worked with Hollywood-based reporting site called Media, Entertainment and Arts Worldwide, where I covered entertainment and fashion, and I got to interview like some of my favorite Hollywood celebrities, like the Narnia Peter Tinney. I grew up having a crush on him, and one day I was Skyping with him. So so I got to do all of that, and then I thought to myself back there, when I was in Bangalore, that I realized the power of digital media. Like, how come I'm in Bangalore and reporting Hollywood stories? Why can't I do it from Darjeeling? Staying home and doing the same thing. So I moved back home this August, and right now I work as an editor-in-chief for a Middle East-based media house, where I basically curate a lot of content. And I'm also hiring interns so that I can, I get to give the opportunity to you guys that I myself couldn't get when growing up, So because I don't want you all to start from zero, you will have something on your CV, or you'll have something to show your name on the internet as a byline. So that's what I'm doing right now. But I won't be talking about journalism because Prashanti Di, she did everything, and then I'll be talking about being a digital nomad and how to be your own boss, and basically to think about working from home in the future. Yeah, thank you.
Hi everybody, my name is Prerna and I'm a dentist. So So is anybody here who's taking bioscience? Anybody bioscience? Okay, I'm not going to ask you if you want to become a doctor. Not asking you that. So I did my class 10.
Brennan, just to interrupt you, I think, is the mic on or?
I think it's
Oh,
on.
okay, just close it to
Yeah,
you.
I'm just reading.
Oh, okay.
So I studied in LC till class 10. Hi LC girls, nice to see you here. And I had to go to Delhi for my plus 2 because of the lack of opportunities to study for your competitive exams. So I guess I'll be talking about that a little later. I did my dentistry from a little town next to Delhi called Faridabad, and those 5 years were the formative years of my life. I mean, those were the toughest years and I would not want to go back. But after I finished my college, I came back to Darjeeling, not realizing the opportunities that Darjeeling held. Because when we go out, I think people don't really want to come back because we're not shown the opportunities that are there in our hometown. But I am glad that I'm back and I've been working here for the past 2 years. Probably will work for a few more years. And yeah, that's about it. It's really nice to see you guys here.
So thank you so much again for those dazzling introductions. And I think you guys also touched a bit on the first question that I was going to ask the entire panel, which was what made each of you get into your respective fields, and sort of, I guess, a follow-up to that question would be what inspires you to continue going ahead in that particular direction. So how about we start again with Prerna and let her explain.
So very much like Prashanti Di, I was probably in like 8 or so when in a very similar event I was asked what I wanted to become. And the first thing that I said was I wanted to become a doctor. Fortunately, in a very family, many doctors were based in India, so I knew what it was like getting into the field. Now, I like dentistry more than I like being being an MBBS doctor because I'm a very creative sort of a person. So I don't think that being an MBBS doctor, I mean, of course it's tough, it's very rewarding, but I don't think that I was cut out for it. मलाई अलिकति क्रिएटिभिटी पनि चाहिए, अलिकति डॉक्टर पनि चाहिए है, नाममा लेखेर डॉक्टर पनि चाहिए. And the other thing was because I was so fascinated with the human body. Like people have this thing that if you're a dentist, you're only studying about teeth. That's not true. If you're fascinated by the human body, things like अब मैले माइक पक्रिरहेको छु है, कुन चाहिँ मसल्सले कसरी काम गर्दैछ, के तपाईले दबाई खानुहुन्छ, how does that medicine work? Things like that fascinated me. So that is how I got into this field. And the reason I stayed was because I fell in absolute love with the profession. From the studying to treating patients, and because I kind of do like talking to new people, I like meeting new people, I like hearing their stories. I am an extrovert. So meeting 20, 30 people every day, talking to them was something that was really good to me. I mean, I really did enjoy it. So that is what made me stay. Another thing is, everybody likes to look good, right? Everyone likes nice teeth. Okay, so seeing that something very small that I did made such a big impact on someone else's life. What I might do is not life-saving. I'm not going to go and save someone's life. But to change your whole appearance, to make you look better, and to make you feel good about yourself in a matter of a week is something that is really rewarding. And that is what makes me do this even more and makes me want to better myself. So I think that's about it from my side.
Okay, thank you, Prerna. How about Regina?
Okay, how I got into the field. So I always liked to write, and I think I've been writing since I was really small, you know. And when I wanted to grow up, as I grew up, I wanted to be a writer. But then, about journalism ko barema jyada suneko पनि थिएन. It's just that journalism is a fancy word, right? And when I was in my first year of college after school, I studied in LC. So after school, I went to NP College in there. That time, I think it was 2013, and I just saw the lack of representation of our people in the mainstream media. And that's when I started to question, like, why is this? Because, there were a lot of issues that had to be reported from here. And the day I came to know about journalism, and I ventured into journalism. I don't think I stayed in my industry. I would rather say that I evolved with it, because I started with print media. but then I moved to digital media, right? So, and I think like, basically the power of information is so strong, like, it doesn't have to be one particular medium. So, it's always about learning, and I think like journalism is that one field that you can empower yourself while empowering others. So, yeah, that's it.
Awesome.
Hello once again, eh? The question was how I got into this field, eh? तपाईको हामी सबैजनाको लाइफमा नि वान टर्निङ पोइन्ट चाहिँ आउने रहेछ क्या, जसले चाहिँ सबै डिसाइड गर्ने कि के गर्ने कसो गर्ने। त्यस्तै कतिजनाको आइसकेको होला, कतिजनाको आउन आँटेको छ होला। मेरो चाहिँ जब कहिले भन्यो भने नि मैले चाहिँ त्यति बेला डकुमेन्ट्री हेर्दै थिएँ क्या, तपाईँको एउटा मेगा प्रोजेक्ट्स। त्यति बेला चाहिँ आई केम अक्रस तपाईँको एउटा स्काई सिटी टोकियो भन्ने एउटा डकुमेन्ट्री हो, डिस्कभरी। त्यसमा चाहिँ के भयो भने चाहिँ आई वाज लाइक फेसिनेटेड क्या, कसरी चाहिँ तपाईँको टोकियोमा है त्यति बेला त्यस्तो भुइँचालो आउने ठाउँमा है त्यत्रो ठुलो स्काई सिटी जस्तो अब एउटा बिल्डिङमा चाहिँ डल्लै सिटी अट्ने क्या, त्यस्तो अब कसरी बनाउँछ त्यस्तो स्ट्रक्चर क्या। मेरो होल माइन्ड नै त्यसमै नै प्रिअक्युपाइड क्या, कसरी गर्छ, फाउन्डेसन कसरी हाल्छ, के कसो हो, त्यसो अब एकदमै खास गर्ने बेलामा चाहिँ आई रियली स्टार्टेड थिङ्किङ लाइक आई रियली लाइक दिस रहेछ क्या, मलाई एकदमै त्यसमा इन्ट्रेस्ट आयो क्या। द्याट्स हाउ आई स्टार्टेड टु नो अबाउट लाइक अब इन्जिनियरिङ एज सच है। अन्त डक्टर प्रेरणाले भने जस्तै मलाई पनि त्यस्तै नै रहेछ है, म पनि एकदमै क्रिएटिभ, म चाहिँ पेन्टिङहरू मनपर्ने, मलाई चाहिँ क्रिएटिभिटीमा चाहिँ एकदमै इन्ट्रेस्ट है, कुनै पनि कुरामा डिजाइनहरू गर्नु मनपर्ने त्यस्तो थियो। तर एट द सेम टाइम मलाई चाहिँ मेरो एउटा त्यो जुन चाहिँ टेक्निकल एस्पेक्ट भयो हाम्रो साइन्सहरूपट्टि है, आई डिन्ट वान्ट टु लुज अन द फ्याक्ट्स क्या, विच गभर्न द लाइफ है, एउटा रिजन भयो, एउटा लजिकल जति पनि हाम्रो दिस फ्याक्ट्स विच गभर्न अ लाइफ नि, त्यसलाई पनि मैले चाहिँ मिस चाहिँ नगरोस् भन्ने एउटा फिलिङ क्या जहिले पनि। अन्त त्यति बेला चाहिँ मैले डिसाइड गरेँ कि मेबी इन्जिनियरिङमा चाहिँ इफ आई क्यान डिजाइन बिल्डिङ्स है, जसमा चाहिँ एकदमै क्रिएटिभिटी पनि आओस्, जसमा चाहिँ टेक्निकलिटी पनि एकदमै लुज नहोस् क्या। जस्तो अब तपाईँले अहिले रियलाइज गर्नुभएको छैन होला कि हाम्रो छेउमै नै क्या हजुर यहाँ अब एउटा वेडिङ एउटा है ठुलो हुँदैछ क्या, तर पनि त्यति अब इफेक्टिभ परेको छैन उहाँहरूको चाहिँ डल्लै
अलिअलि हल्ला त सुन्दैछ है, अलिअलि मात्रै त
हजुर त्यो। अन्त कसरी चाहिँ हाम्रो अडिटोरियम डिजाइन गर्यो होला क्या है, त्यस्तो हो है। अन्त दिदीहरूले भनेको जस्तै इफ यु रियली वान्ट टु डु समथिङ यु हेभ टु लाइक डु इट वेल, यु हेभ टु बी फुल प्यासनेट। त्यही कारण चाहिँ मैले कसरी गरेँ भने चाहिँ यो जति पनि हाम्रो सेन्ट पल्समा थियो नि त्यति बेला, आई कम फ्रम अ बिजनेस ब्याकग्राउन्ड नि त, त्यही कारण चाहिँ इभेन्चुली इभन आई टुक अप कमर्स 11-12 मा क्या। आई वाज काइन्ड अफ लाइकिङ द कमर्स सब्जेक्ट्स है, हुँदै थियो यताउता। आई फेल्ट फाइन क्या, बट आई डिन्ट फिल गुड, त्यो चाहिँ थियो क्या फ्याक्टर। त्यही कारण चाहिँ आई स्विच्ड ओभर टु साइन्स। साइन्समा चाहिँ तपाईँहरूले बिलिभ गर्नु हुँदैन होला कि आई वाज द सोल साइन्स स्टुडेन्ट इन माई स्कुल क्या त्यति बेला 11-12। इट वाज लाइक अ 1-on-1 लाइक हुन्छ नि टिचर भर्सेस स्टुडेन्ट खालको अब क्लासमा हो। सो इट वाज 1-on-1 रेसियो एन्ड होल टाइम चाहिँ तपाईँको एउटा प्राइभेट ट्युटरिङहरू भएको थियो। अनि यो अनदर क्वेसन वाज वाइ डु आई स्टे हियर है। अब हाम्रो फिल्डमा नि लाइक कस्तो भयो भने कति धेरैजना क्लाइन्टहरू भेट्छ है, उहाँहरूको एउटा राम्रो फिडब्याक सुन्नु है। अन्त किप अन लाइक अब तपाईँले सोच्नुहुन्छ होला अब त्यही क्लाइन्टहरू भेटेर उहाँहरूको एकदम राम्रो काम गर्नु। फेरि हाम्रो के भन्छ करियरमा के हुन्छ भने तपाईँले नयाँ नयाँ मान्छे भेट्नुहुन्छ, तर नयाँ काम पनि भेट्नुहुन्छ क्या। नट वान साइड इज द सेम है, नट वान क्लाइन्ट इज द सेम क्या। So everything is new, everything is challenging, everything is different, and that's what I like about my field, right? Thank you.
मेरो चाहिँ मार्शल आर्ट्स ब्याकग्राउन्ड हो, so I'll be talking about this. मैले स्टार्ट चाहिँ कसरी गरेँ भन्दा when I was like, I told you all that earlier. I used to get bullied and all that. Basically कराटेबाट स्टार्ट गरेँ, त्यहाँदेखि दिल्ली गएँ, MMA जिम भेटेँ, so I started training there with the guys. So since MMA मा चाहिँ के हुन्छ भनेपछि you have to have one specialization, right? Either you have to be a boxer or a kickboxer or a wrestler. So that's how you begin your career in MMA. So once you have one specialization, you start fighting and you test your skills against other people. त्यसैले सानोदेखि स्टार्ट गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ मलाई के मन पर्यो भन्दा सानोदेखि नै एक्सन मुभिजहरू पुरा मन पर्ने ब्रुस ली एक्चुअली आई वाज लाइक इमेन्सली इन्सपायर्ड बाई ब्रुस ली अन्त त्यस्तै ब्यान्डम अनडिस्प्युटेडहरू मुभीहरू थियो त्यतिकै हेर्थेँ त्यो हुँदाखेरि चाहिँ के हो भन्दा I told you right. I'm so sorry about this.
No, so like you said, right? Yeah, Timi, like, so there's a certain reason why you wanted to continue in this specific field, right? And I believe when I spoke with you, you talked about how it's not just a physical thing, but a psychological thing as well. Yeah. So do you want to elaborate a little bit more on that?
I feel like martial art has to do, is related with these three things. Academic field, philosophy, the psychology, the science, right? Philosophy, we need to have a stoic mindset. It all dates back to Greece and Athens. There start with Greco-Roman wrestlers. They used to fight and amuse the elites. So, the same tradition. So we fight. We have an organization, promoters, we fight for money. We're there to amuse and entertain people. So that's what we are doing currently. And philosophy is like a martial art. It's like using violence constructively to neutralize destructive violence. It's like there will always be violence in society. I'm so sorry, like this is the reality. Right? It's very hard to change that. But your intention matters a lot. Violence because you use God so. There's so much of negative stereotyping when it comes to martial art. Martial art, I'll tell you the reason why I get hit in the head so much while sparring, fighting with the guys. We have this minor concussions inside our head. We start losing our reasoning skills, and we start losing our self-control. In a bit, the behavior changes, right? So there's all got to do with the fighting thing. And what else was there for that?
No, I mean that was pretty much it. That's a very good answer. But we'll continue more with the other questions. Balda, would you?
So how I started actually with motorcycle traveling was that after my schools and college, I was like very lazy to study. Yeah, मलाई पढ्नु भने चाहिँ साह्रै अल्छी लाग्थ्यो. To be fact and honest है भाइ बहिनीहरू सायद तपाईहरुमा अब है साँचो हृदयले अब मैले भनेको तपाईहरुलाई शेयर गरेको पढ्नु भने चाहिँ साह्रै अल्छी लाग्थ्यो. झुन्डेर स्कुल पनि पास भयो, कलेज पनि पास भयो. साथीले सोध्यो के हुन्छ, साथीले भन्छ लयर, डाक्टर भन्छ, आफुलाई के हो. No, see, this is the opportunity right now you guys are getting. I'm very grateful to the organizing committee because यहाँ तपाईले सिक्नु सक्नुहुन्छ क्या, अप्सन्सहरु डोर्सहरु खोलिँदैछ क्या तपाईहरुको विन्डोजहरु. अन्त मेरो लाइफमा त्यस्तो भएको है. अन्त आफ्टर कलेज एन्ड अल अब my family is into business, so I came back and started working with my family, you know. So after that, actually I first bought a motorcycle for my business purpose, you know. Slowly by slowly के भयो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ I started meeting people. So initially I started riding my motorcycle with my senior riders, with my senior brothers, you know. I started learning from them. Like suppose if you want to visit a place, how should you research, prepare an itinerary, what are the places you must visit or not, on the kilometers you have to cover in a day, the safety things that is required for traveling, and those are all the factors. त्यो कुरा सिक्दै गए बिस्तारै बिस्तारै इनिशियल स्टेजमा. सेकेन्डली आफू जब म निस्किनु थाले, ट्राभल गर्नु थाले हैन, ट्राभलर्सहरु भेट्नु थाले बाटोमा क्या, स्टोरीजहरु एक्सचेन्ज गर्नु थाले क्या, म त छक्कै परे. अब उनीहरुको त्यो स्टोरीजहरु सुन्दाखेरि I still remember when I was traveling in Sikkim, one of a guy from Delhi, he's like traveling in India for last 6 months. He has traveled in such a detailed way India चाहिँ म छक्कै परे. हाम्रो इन्डिया itself have so much to give रहेछ क्या. त्यो घुम्नै हो भने ट्राभलै गर्नु, हामी बाहिर जानु पर्दैन रहेछ. Why not start from India? So त्यो कुरा भयो. सेकेन्डली म भुटान जाँदाखेरि I met a couple from Bangalore. These guys are at 50 plus, Deepak Kamant. So we became friends, we traveled together in Bhutan. After that we exchanged our numbers. Then after that we got reconnected in Facebook. I was like researching about him. And this guy is the fastest Indian to circumnavigate the whole earth in a motorcycle. And I was like shocked. Indian. And he was such a down-to-earth person. घमण्ड भनेको उसकोमा कुरा केही थिएन. अब यो कुराहरू चाहिँ मैले सिक्दै गएँ क्या स्कुलमा. त्यस्तो मैले कहिले सिकेन, मलाई टिचर्सहरू कहिले सिकाएन त्यो प्राइड घमण्ड. हामीलाई मान्छेलाई जब हामी आफ्नो लाइफमा अगाडि बढ्दै जान्छ नि, जब हामीले त्यो फेजमा पुग्दै जान्छ नि, सबसे भन्दा मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेन्ट मलाई के लाग्छ भन्दा आफ्नो इगो घमण्ड त्यसलाई चाहिँ अब हामीले मुनि राख्न सक्यो भने चाहिँ नि इट विल बी भेरी ब्युटिफुल. मैले त्यो कुराहरू सिकेँ क्या. अन्त जुन कुरा भन्छ नि त्यो सेक्रिफाइस उनीहरूले त्यो त्यत्रो ठुलो उनीहरूको फेजमा, बिकज दिस गाइ इज द ओन्ली इन्डियन हु हेज ट्राभल्ड in 45 days and who has travelled from North Pole to South Pole. So these were the crazy stories. I started meeting new people. I started learning about their culture, their food. यो कुरा त मलाई अल्छी लागेको हो नि त स्कुलमा हिस्ट्री भनेपछि अल्छी लाग्ने होइन इन्डियाको विषयमा सिक्नु. रियालिटी जब इन्डियाको हिस्ट्रीहरू मैले सुन्नु थालेँ, so meeting of the people, knowing more about them, that's how I started. So this is the reason why I want to, like stick on to travel, and thank you.
Awesome. So I think a common experience हाम्रो यहाँ panelists सबैजनामा is that they've not just stayed in Darjeeling, they've also gone out. They've also experienced a lot of different things outside Darjeeling, outside the state of West Bengal, So, and they bring their many varied experiences उनीहरूको भिन्दै भिन्दै अनुभवहरू यहाँ ल्याएको छ. So, I just want to ask them उनीहरूलाई कि अब तपाईँले बाहिर जाँदाखेरि क्या के कस्तो कस्तो एक्सपिरियन्सहरू गर्नुभयो, त्योबाट चाहिँ तपाईँले के सिक्नुभयो, what did you learn from those experiences and that you brought back home with you? So, you can start with Paul again.
मेरो चाहिँ लिमिटेड हुन्छ है. So I work for a year, keep certain time, I decide which month to go outside and travel. म जुनै पनि नयाँ ठाउँ जब घुम्न जान्छु नि त्यो ठाउँको रिसर्च गर्छु कि कुन चाहिँ मन्थ इट्स एकदम प्रिफरेबल क्लाइमेटहरू सबै हेरेर. किन भन्दाखेरि हाम्रो ट्राभल गर्दाखेरि हामी जब मोटरसाइकल निस्केर जान्छ नि चारटै वेदर भेटाउँछ हामी, स्नोफल, रेनफल, हिट. अब हामी दार्जिलिङमा बसेको कस्तो हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि गरम भनेको 26, hardly it reaches to 26, 27. So when we travel towards Delhi, all this belt towards Muzaffar, Bihar, Delhi, Gurgaon, Jaipur, oh my God, the weather is like 48 degrees. 48 degrees, those experiences I have. When you go up towards north, towards Jammu Kashmir area, there is a minus 60 degrees. That has been like one of the coldest inhabited place. Right? So सबै कुराहरू म जति पनि बाहिर घुमेर आएर देखेर जति पनि मेरो एक्सपिरियन्स जब म घर आउँछु नि अनि मलाई के लाग्छ भन्दाखेरि नि विशेष गरी भाइ बहिनीहरू तपाईहरुलाई अब जोसलाई चाहिँ टुरिज्मको विषयमा अलिकति तपाईहरुलाई अब इन्ट्रेस्ट छ त्यो फिल्डमा, जस्तै होटल म्यानेजमेन्ट, त्यहाँदेखि बिजनेस, यहीँनिर रेस्टुरेन्ट्सहरू, होटल्सहरू खोलेर, होमस्टेजहरू खोलेर तपाईहरुलाई एउटा दामी कुरा म के भन्न चाहन्छु भन्दाखेरि मैले जति पनि मेरो ट्राभलर साथीहरू म जति पनि बाहिर घुम्न जति पनि मान्छेहरूलाई भेटाउँछु नि, दे आर फेड अप of going Bangkok, they are fed up of going to Goa, they are fed up of going to Shimla, Manali, they are fed up of going to Japanese touristic place. Now they want to see real, local, the mountains, the nature. So 3-4 years, 5 years down the line, Darjeeling, yedi smooth chalyo bhane, the tourism sector is going to boom like anything. So what I want to suggest to you is that जति पनि तपाईहरु यो क्षेत्रमा जानु हुँदैछ नि, जति पनि तपाईहरु यो क्षेत्रमा जति पनि तपाईहरु यो होटल म्यानेजमेन्ट या टुरिज्म पट्टि जाँदैछ नि, आई एन्करेज यु जानुहोस्, किन भन्दाखेरि यसमा भविष्य छ. टुरिस्टहरु आउन चाहन्छ, उनीहरु लोकल यहाँ दार्जिलिङमा आएर समथिङ लोकल, अब उनीहरु यो नर्थ इस्ट घुम्न पुरा इच्छुक गर्छ. जसले सोच्छ नर्थ इस्ट भन्नाले नट ओन्ली दार्जिलिङ, सिक्किम, टुवर्ड्स गुवाहाटी, अरुणाचल, नागाल्यान्ड, यो डल्लै कभर गर्न आउन चाहनुहुन्छ क्या. अन्त फ्युचरमा चाहिँ यसमा भविष्य छ. यसमा तपाईहरुले फर एक्जाम्पल तपाईहरुले आफ्नो डल्लै जति पनि अब होटल ग्रेजुएसन्सहरु, स्कुल्सहरु जति पनि तपाईहरुले यसमा कम्प्लिट गरेर ब्याक आफ्नो ठाउँमा आएर यसरी सुरु गर्नुभयो भने it's an opportunity for you guys. Thank you.
मेरो चाहिँ भनौँ भने I'm more in tune with my body mechanics. I'm not so good with my words. And
You let your art do the talking.
Sorry?
You let your art do the talking.
Yeah, that's what I believe in. अन्त म चाहिँ के भन्दाखेरि दिल्ली म चाहिँ घुम्दै ट्रेनिङ गर्छु, that's what I like. I like traveling and doing martial arts, meeting people from around the world. Recently I was in Bangkok, Darjeeling 14 Nagari. I was training there in a gym called Bangkok Fight Lab. त्यहाँनिर के भयो भन्दाखेरि the only problem I faced was I was an Indian, so I wasn't given a good visa, to be honest. American भएको was I could have stayed there forever. Like I had to come back. The issue, okay? On the financial problems I had to work and train there. I used to work as a waiter, like hopping around restaurants, like financing my coaching and all that. See, like there's always this hunger to improve, you know. Like I'm learning forever. Like it's not enough. I keep wanting that thing. I'm addicted to that adrenaline rush. So it's like that for me.
Okay, awesome.
जब मैले अब कलेज सकेपछि चाहिँ फर्स्ट म चाहिँ उता के भन्छ क्यालकाटा मेट्रो रेल प्रोजेक्ट तपाईँहरूले सुन्नुभएको छ होला कि अहिले त्यो जुन चाहिँ ओभरहेड मेट्रो रेल आउँदैछ त्यहाँ गलियादेखि दमदम क्या तपाईँ जब इको पार्क जानुहुन्छ त्यति बेला त्यो नत्र नोभोटेल त्यहाँ 5 स्टार होटलको छेउछेउमा जति पनि स्टेसनहरू छ म चाहिँ त्यहीँ ILNFS भन्ने कम्पनीमा लाइक LNT लाइक क्यामोन है उहाँहरूसँग चाहिँ आई वर्क आउट देयर है त्यो क्यालकाटामा पनि त्यही भएको थियो त्यो स्कर्चिङ हिटमा साइट हेर्नुपर्ने इभन अ डिग्री है तपाईँको जब फाउन्डेसनहरू गर्दैछ त्यति बेला त क्यालकाटाको सोइल इज नट लाइक दार्जिलिङ नि है जहाँ चाहिँ तपाईँ ढुङ्गा भेटाइहाल्नु हुने कि त त्यो सोइल इज गुड है त्यहाँ त एकदमै तपाईँको जस्ट क्लेली सोइल छ त्यहाँ जस्तै तपाईँको त्यहाँ हार्ड रक छिट्टै भेटाउँदैन क्या त्यही कारण जब तपाईँहरूले त्यो फाउन्डेसन पनि गर्नुहुन्छ इट्स नोन एज पाइल कि तपाईँहरूको इभन इफ देयर इज अ स्लाइट डिग्री चेन्ज कि देयर इज अ ह्युज लस लाइक 7-8 लाख्सको लस है त्यस्तो इन्भाइरोमेन्टमा अब काम गर्नुपर्ने अनि त्यहाँदेखि अनदर थिङ इज लाइक जब म ILNFSमा काम गरेँ त्यहाँ धेरै कुरा सिकेँ बाहिर है अनि त्यहाँदेखि सिक्दै गएँ तर प्रब्लम वाज द्याट जब म त्यहाँ साइटमा काम गर्दै थिएँ कि त म भित्र अफिसमा काम गर्दै थिएँ म सर्वे गरेँ भने म सर्वे गरिराखेको क्या हजुर अन्त कि त मैले अब फाउन्डेसन केही बनाउँदैछु भने फाउन्डेसन बनाइराख्नु पर्ने सो दे वाज लाइक मोनोटोनस ग्रोथ एउटै फिल्डमा मात्र बढ्ने है त्यही कारण चाहिँ इभन आई वाज लर्निङ अ लट आई डिसाइडेड टु कम ब्याक टु दार्जिलिङ है फर गुड है किनभने यहाँ दार्जिलिङमा चाहिँ फर्स्ट अफ अल कन्स्ट्रक्सनै डिफ्रेन्ट हुन्छ यहाँ हाम्रो तपाईँको जस्तो यहाँ टोपोग्राफी छ है टोपोग्राफी यहाँ चेन्ज भएकोले यहाँ कन्स्ट्रक्सन मेथड्स डिफ्रेन्ट हुन्छ तपाईँको रोड विथहरू कम्ती हुन्छ हाम्रो टोय ट्रेन र मुनिको ट्रेन कम्पेयर गर्न सक्नुहुन्न है किनभने इट्स भेरी डिफ्रेन्ट क्या हजुर त्यही कारण चाहिँ आई रिटर्न ब्याक टु दार्जिलिङ फर गुड एन्ड इन दार्जिलिङ पनि यस्तो होइन कि ओके आई कम टु दार्जिलिङ है यहाँ केही सिक्नु पाउने होइन यहाँ पनि धेरै सिक्नुपर्ने धेरै कुराहरू छ है हाम्रो वेस्ट बेङ्गलको अलरेडी डिफ्रेन्ट एउटा बिल्डिङ रुल्सहरू छ तपाईँहरूले हेर्नु सक्नुहुन्छ है म्युनिसिपालिटीहरूको तपाईँको जुन चाहिँ पनि रुल्सहरू छ इट्स देयर इज अ लट टु लर्न है वेयर एभर यु आर जस्ट यु हेभ टु लर्न यु हेभ टु बी किन अन लर्निङ है वाट एभर यु डु यु हेभ टु बी द बेस्ट एट इट है त्यति नै त हो
Okay, so you guys have your phones with you. Do you guys have your phones with you? Do you guys have your phones with you? Yes. Yeah? So you go to Google if you have to search anything, right? You just go. And now if you go to Google and search like hottest footballers, okay? Go and search like hottest footballers. You're going to see a list that Google gives out. And that list is written by me. And that list I wrote sitting at home. And I don't even know these footballers so much, okay? So basically what I mean to say is that is the power of digital media. And, you know, in order to learn that, so, you know, you want to be #1 on Google. When people search for something, when they want to search for your brand, you have to ensure you come #1. In order to learn all those skills, even if you're a good writer, it's not enough. You have to learn a lot of technical stuff, you know, like SEOs and everything. So in order to excel at that art, you have to, at one point or the other, you have to venture out, from home. So all the panelists and speakers we have here, they have, gained their skills and their knowledge, and they've seen the world, and they've implemented it, So I do think that it's really important that, you go and have the taste of the big bad world out there, and then you come, and then you implement it, and then you see how you can use it for yourself and for your people. Yeah, and what was the second part of the question?
And so, sort of like, what was your outlook when you came back? What was your outlook when you came back to Darjeeling?
Okay, so when we go out, right, like we always say, we're from a small town, Darjeeling ko, like small town, and like I've always said that too. I've written my poetries too that I'm from a small town, but after I came back for good now, what I see Darjeeling isn't just a small town. I see a place of immense potential, and you know how Darjeeling, it means the land of thunder, right? So that's exactly what Darjeeling is. It's a place of immense potential, and if you can tap into that potential, and you can see so many industries coming up. The employment rate right now, we worry about the unemployment here, but I'm sure like if we are driven in this path, like, with whatever we are doing now, even this like career guidance is a step forward. So I'm sure like, in the next 5 years, everyone out here is going to be employed if you go towards this direction.
Awesome. And lastly, Prerna?
So, the first thing that I realized when I went out was, we are so sheltered over here. But I think as a community, we are very sheltered. So when you go out, the first thing that you face is a culture shock. You cannot imagine, especially the first place that I went to was Delhi. So coming from LC, staying with my parents, going to Delhi in a hostel, that was a culture shock. So the other thing that I realized was the kids in planes, even Siliguri, they're very driven towards what they want to be. Attitude, we take it in a very negative way, right? So professionally, if I talk about my profession more than my personal outlook, medical engineering you'll have to start preparing from a very young age. Young age 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You can't just, after your class 12, you can't just think one day, okay, I'm going to become a doctor. I'm going to be a doctor. I found that the very hard way. So what happens is, when you go out, you realize that there's a lot of competition. There are people who are better than you, any day. There are people who are more qualified to be what you want to be. But at the end of the day, I think if you're true to who you are, if you're sure that you want to be whoever you want to be, I'm not just talking about being a doctor, if you are sure about it, I think you can get it. And when I came back, what I realized was, people don't think about the opportunities back home, which I think resonates with everybody. And when I came back here professionally also, there are so many dentists in Darjeeling, right? And you have to be the best. Because if you're not better, there's always someone else who's going to take over it. And people also have to be a little more broad-minded, I believe, in Darjeeling. Being a doctor, I would suggest, don't think of doctor, engineer, lawyer, I'm a doctor, engineer, lawyer, and don't go towards that. Because as you can see today, we have a variety of speakers from very, very, very different aspects of life. And I'm sure everybody has, some talent that you can work towards and becoming better at what you want to be. So keep a broad mind. I think that's it. Just keep a broad mind. Don't be so narrow-minded in what you want to be. And you can always go and change what you are. So I'm a dentist right now. Who knows? 10 years down the line, I might not want to do that. So the narrow minds are not happening, right? And just be confident. Don't think that because you're from a small town, you might not be able to achieve much. And when you go out, because I'm sure everybody will, when you go out, don't think of it as, what's the word? I think I'm forgetting words as well. It's coming to me. So yeah, just, Okay, help me out. Just go for it. Just go for it. That's it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, but I mean, whether you're staying in Darjeeling or whether you're going out of Darjeeling, right? I think even with these different fields, I think एउटा चाहिँ common कुरा चाहिँ के छ भन्ने अब मान्छे चिन्नु पर्ने, like to have contacts is a huge thing. And in order to be successful, I guess, in whatever craft you've chosen, right? So, in the interest of time, would like any one of you like to talk a little bit about the importance of having contacts and how you can go about getting that? Would any one of you like to volunteer this?
I think having contacts is important because if you're fresh out of college, you can't just go into like an established firm or an established place and ask for a job, because that's what we do, right? We study so that we can work. So I think contacts are important for that. And college mein hudai pani, like internships. You go to different people, intern under them. That is how you build contacts, and that is how you finally get a job. I think that is why it's important.
Definitely.
So, in order to build contacts, you have to know this, okay? People would want to keep contacts with only those who are, at the field and they know whatever they're doing, they know their grind. So, I'll give you my example. I was in entertainment writing earlier this year, and, I had no contacts, okay? And then first, what I wanted to do is let my work talk, like Neeludi said, I wrote a review on this one HBO show. I wrote that review, and next thing I knew was that HBO approached me, So then I got contacts with HBO, like I got in touch with them, and they were like, hey, we saw your review on this, would you want to interview Julia Davis? Now, Julia Davis is the queen of dark comedy. And I was thrilled to know that I could interview her, and I was like, yeah, sure. So I built contacts that way, and same with Netflix, and same with many other things. So I think like the key point out here on building contacts is that first you have to establish something, have something to show them so that they are eager to get in contact with you, So it's like a very give and take, a step-by-step process. And it works for the long haul.
Thank you. So I guess in the interest of time, next what I'd like to ask each of the panelists is sort of about overall our understanding, everyone understood what they did and all their experiences and everything. So I guess at this point, if you had just one single piece of advice, each of you, that you would like to give students, right, who are, I guess, planning on following in your footsteps, what would it be? And we can start with Paul if you'd like this time. Yeah.
Okay, students, who all love traveling? घुम्नु पुग्न मन लाग्छ सबलाई रहेछ सो हेर्नुहोस् घुम्नु मन लाग्छ भन्दाखेरि त्यो ठाउँमा पुगेर घुम्नु मन लाग्छ भने चाहिँ तपाईहरुले सबसे फर्स्ट प्रायोरिटी तपाईहरुको करियर सेट गर्नुपर्छ घुम्नुको लागि सबसे भन्दा मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेन्ट पैसा टाइम करेज फ्यामिली सपोर्ट यो कुरा त हुनै पर्यो नि त नि जबसम्म त्यो कुरा हुँदैन त्यसरी मैले भने नि अघि म स्कुल र कलेजमा अल्छे पढ्नै अल्छी लाग्ने तर म अहिले किन घुमिरहेको छु 20 वटा स्टेट बाइक लगेर घुमे म कसरी गर्नु सके म त्यस्तो रद्दु नकरे भएको मान्छेले किनभने बिजनेस छ नि त बिजनेसमा मैले करियर सेट गरे लाइकवाइज तपाईले पनि जे गर्नुहुन्छ यदि तपाईलाई ड्राइभर हुनु मन छ भने पनि तर तपाईलाई फ्यामिलीले अरु के हुँदैछ तर ड्राइभरै हुनुहोस् तर क्वालिटी ड्राइभर हुनुहोस् भन्नाले ड्राइभ गर्नु भन्ने भएन नि अलि बाहिरको कुरा बुझ्नुपर्छ क्या यसमा ड्राइभ भनेको गाडी कुदाउनु होइन क्या 10 वटा जस्तोको मालिक हुनु पर्यो नि त ड्राइभरको 10-20 वटा अहिले सोशल मिडियाको यस्तो उत्यो छ पावर छ वेयर यु अल क्यान लाइक टेक आइडियाज अन्त स्पेशली 2-3 वटा एक्सपिरियन्स म जब घुम्नु जाँदाखेरि व्हाई आई वान्ट टु टेल टु यु इज दैट इफ आई हैव टु शेयर माई राइडिङ एक्सपिरियन्स एन्ड एडभेन्चर आई हैव डन आई क्यान स्पीक अन बोलेको भनेको मलाई त्यस्तो मजा आउँदो रहेछ क्या किन भन्दा वान लाइफ दिस इज अ वान लाइफ वी नेभर नो डाउन 10 years डाउन द लाइन आई विल बी लाइक अब 40s 50s आई मीन टु से लाइक रिटायर लाइफमा पैसा टन्न कमाएर पनि होइन क्या, तर मेमोरिज क्या मजाले वाउ क्या त्यो हुनु पऱ्यो क्या लाइफमा. सो बेसिकली फ्यु तपाईँलाई जस्ट ट्रेलर है, यो कुराले म किन यति साह्रो म यसमा एडिक्टेड छु भन्दाखेरि I'll just like share 3 incidents. I was so fortunate enough just to be with my motorcycle 2 kilometers before Pakistan border. And at night, I was at like sleeping. There was no moon. Moon थिएन. Nature is so beautiful. अब मैले त्यो इसी travel गर्दा त्यो nature को taste पाएँ कि millions and millions of stars that I call as the $1 million view, where you can never get. And I got an opportunity to see a shooting stars. गयो क्या. स्कुलमा त सिकेको थिएन, पढेको थिएन, तर लाइभ देखेँ, पढेँ, वाउ त्यस्तो. साथी त छँदैछ होइन, कोही साथी ट्राभलर साथी छँदैछ. I had a friend from Russia. This guy, अब उसले चाहिँ he has already like traveled 40 countries. उसले कतिवटा देखेको त उसलाई चाहिँ त्यो क्या दामी लाग्यो क्या उसको त्यो among the best. त्यो त मेरो फर्स्ट होइन. उसकोबाट मैले नलेज के पाएँ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ हाउ टु ट्र्याक स्टार्स, हाउ टु यु नो लाइक त्यो यस्तो हुँदो रहेछ नि, त्यो सोलर सिस्टमको यस्तो तपाईँको यो के भन्दो रहेछ त्यसलाई त क्लस्टर द स्टार्सहरू हुन्छ नि, ग्यालेक्सीहरू हुन्छ नि, त्यस्तोहरू क्या. अब स्कुल टाइममा त्यो ग्यालेक्सी भन्दाखेरि पढेँ भटाटाटाटाटा, तर रियल मिनिङ क्या त्यसको त्यो चाहिँ मैले लाइभ देखेँ क्या. सो दोज आर द थिङ्स, सानो कुरा क्या. सो दोज आर द एक्सपिरियन्सेस. थ्याङ्क यू.
मेरो चाहिँ it gets pretty monotonous, right? First suggestion is like have a strength of character. You need to be like really headstrong to get into this sport. It's कतिजना फाइटर्सहरू हुन्छ क्या, they go through depression, like recurrent bouts of depression. It's not like every throughout the year, तर भइरहन्छ उनीहरूलाई because see you don't see your family members, you don't see your friends. You're working hard, like 3-4 months, 6 hours a day. You're living inside the gym, 6, 7, 8 hours inside the gym. It takes a toll on you, right? And त्यस्तो हुँदाखेरि चाहिँ first of all, के गर्नुपर्छ भने चाहिँ you start slow right now if you want to get into this thing. Get in touch with like there are so many traditional martial arts around in Darjeeling, right? Just go and pick one. You should not get bored with repetitions, you know, like learn to be good at it, like take kura every day गरिरहने हैन. Then बिस्तारै त्यस्तै हुँदाखेरि like you'll start meeting people उतातिर पनि त्यस्तै हुन्छ. It's like these guys, you know, like अब म पहिला यहाँ 2 घण्टा खाली एक्सरसाइज गरेर जाने मान्छे, अन्त त्यहाँ जाँदाखेरि मेरो हालत खराब भयो क्या. लाइक 6 घण्टा जिममा बस्नुपर्ने, 6 घण्टा ट्रेनिङ गर्नुपर्ने. अन्त अब तिनीहरूको त्यो इन्भाइरोमेन्टै त्यस्तो हुन्छ क्या. इट्स लाइक दार्जिलिङमा इन्भाइरोमेन्ट कस्तो छ भने दिस इज लाइक मलाई बोल्दा के बोलौँ हुन्छ कि बिकज लाइक दिस इज सो डिफरेन्ट. लाइक नट मेनी पिपल आर इन्ट्रेस्टेड इन दिस फिल्ड. द्याट्स वाट आइभ सिन अराउन्ड, राइट? सो लाइक एभ्री वान्स लाइक सिभिलाइज, एउटा डक्टर गरिरहेको छ, मेडिकलमा छ, इन्जिनियरिङमा छ, फिल्डमा छ, आफ्नो आफ्नो फिल्डमा छ. लाइक पिपल आई डोन्ट थिङ्क सो पिपल मेजोरिटी हुँदैन क्या. लाइक इट्स in minority, people who want to get into this field. Because you have to deal with the consequences. Like you get hurt, there's no safety. Like that's it. This is one. When you fight, you have to deal with the consequences. Safety issues are there. Just chuck it. You'll get hurt really badly. It's up to you, like how you deal with that. The training company, like how you find a coaches or coach to pay off them, and they are like promoters who are willing to like give you like bad fights and so you have to be careful of that. And until gym see if you want to get into this thing, that's what I feel. So you have to go like Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, Bangalore. And those are the stations, you know, like where you can really make a career out of this field. And that's it.
Okay. Kairong always says that he said that he forgets things when he's speaking, right? But एउटा कुरा उसले बिर्सिँदैन, he never forgets to give me a good beating every time I'm in the gym when he's coaching me. So, but yeah, Dipankar.
तपाईँहरू सबैजनालाई म जति पनि अब इन्जिनियरिङ गर्ने है यहीँ तपाईँ स्टुडेन्ट्सहरू हुनुहुन्छ, तपाईँ इन्जिनियरिङ लिनु चाहनुहुन्छ भने पनि आई वुड लाइक टु एडभाइस यु गाइज प्लिज गो फर इट है इफ यु रियली इन्ट्रेस्टेड। तपाईँको मेबी तपाईँको अहिले दार्जिलिङमा चाहिँ त्यस्तो अब फ्लाइओभरहरू के डरलाग्दो तपाईँको मेट्रो रेलहरू त्यस्तो केही प्रोजेक्ट भएको छैन होला, तर इन द नियर फ्युचर चाहिँ तपाईँको विथ टेक्नोलोजिकल एडभान्समेन्ट्स है विथ पिपल अब जति पनि निड छ इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चरको, दार्जिलिङ एउटा स्तब्ध एउटा ठाउँ चाहिँ हुने होइन है, दार्जिलिङ पनि डेभलप हुँदै जान्छ। त्यति बेला दार्जिलिङ विल निड क्या इन्जिनियर्स फ्रम आवर ओन कम्युनिटी टु लाइक डेभलप इट है। त्यही कारण चाहिँ यु सुड गो फर इट इफ युआर रियली लाइक हुन्छ नि इन्टु इट है। अर्को कुरा चाहिँ के भयो भने इफ युआर लुकिङ एट सिभिल इन्जिनियरिङ है, तपाईँलाई कस्तो लाग्छ जब तपाईँले एउटा बिल्डिङ बनाउनु भयो अन्त तपाईँले एउटा सेटेलाइट माथि गुगल म्याप्सबाट हेर्नु भएको बेलामा पनि क्या तपाईँको एउटा बिल्डिङ तपाईँले डिजाइन गरेको बिल्डिङ चाहिँ रिफ्लेक्ट भइरहेको है। सो द्याट्स अ भेरी गुड सेन्स अफ लाइक अकम्प्लिसमेन्ट क्या तपाईँकोबाट नै। अर्को कुरा गभर्मेन्ट नेसन वाइड नै 2020सम्म दे आर विलिङ टु इन्भेस्ट nearly about $3 trillion in this industry, right? So if you are looking at monetary aspect also, your field ma chai dherai cha that like it can offer you guys. And last but not least, I would like to advise you guys not just as an engineer, right? But life ma pani as I would like you guys to actually emotionally pani kya tapaharuko feelings है तपाईहरु घरमा शेयर गर्नुहोस्, तपाईहरु के गर्न आँटेको छ एउटा डिस्कस गर्नुहोस् तपाईको फ्यामिली मेम्बरसँग तपाईको लभड वानसँग। अन्त आज न भोलि तपाईहरु एकदमै घरमा भएको बेलामा दिदीहरुले भने जस्तै एकपल्ट तपाईहरुको फिलिङ्स एक्सप्रेस गर्नुहोस्, थ्यांक यू भन्नुहोस्। तपाई उहाँहरुलाई कति माया गर्नुहुन्छ क्या सबै तपाईले एकपल्ट एक्सप्रेस गर्नुहोस् क्या। अनि त्यहाँदेखि सँगसँगै तपाईको एउटा फिलिङ्स जब एक्सप्रेस गर्नुहुँदैछ डिस्कस गर्नुहुँदैछ त्यति बेला तपाईले एउटा राम्रो डिस्कसन पनि पाउँछ, एउटा फिडब्याक पाउँछ घरबाट पनि। अन्त उहाँले पनि तपाईलाई बुझ्नुहुन्छ, तपाईले पनि उहाँलाई बुझ्नुहुन्छ है। त्यसो गर्दाखेरि तपाईहरुले एउटा राम्रो डिसिजन लिन सक्नुहुन्छ यो अब तपाईले नेक्स्ट के गर्नुहुन्छ भनेर लाग्छ है। सो थ्यांक यू।
So here are the 4 steps for my advice, irrespective of the career that you guys are going to choose, okay? First one, love your profession because work is worship. And when you love your profession, you'll automatically have a sense of purpose. Sense of purpose leads to greater vision, and then greater vision gets you to in that drive where you just strive to be number 1. So when you guys want to decide what do you guys want to do, there are so many options for you guys to choose from, but do something that comes naturally to you. Whatever it is that your passion and your hobby is, see it if you can develop that into your profession. So do things that come naturally to you because you will automatically love what you're doing. And when you love what you're doing, you have the sense of purpose. And when you have the sense of purpose, you have a greater vision. And when you have a greater vision, you will come number 1 in no matter what you do. So that's it.
Awesome.
I guess my one word advice would be you have to be very hardworking. Because irrespective of what you choose, if you don't work hard, there's no way that you're going to be rewarded in anything and everything. No one is going to give you anything. I mean, you're not going to get anything in a silver platter. Or select some of your mom and dad, they've been working towards their education. You have been studying. But after this, when you go to college, with your fees, mom, dad, but after that, when you start working, that's it. Your parents are not going to be able to help you. You have to be the one helping yourself. So I guess I'd just ask you to be hardworking because even if you're intelligent, even if you're top in your class, if you don't put in any effort, you're not going to be repaid. So yeah, I guess that's it. Just be hardworking in anything and everything that you do.
Thank you so much, our dear panelists.